Welcome back to Virginia This Morning, live here on CBS 6. Stress and anxiety can bring on emotional eating, and that can slowly cause you to gain weight. In this segment, Andrea Swipe-Murdaugh talks with an expert on that very topic.
Stress from COVID-19, but also from current events taking place around the country. You might be thinking about snacks and eating a little bit more than usual. Dr. Robert Posner is here with us to talk about the effects of stress eating and ways we can avoid that as we spend possibly more time at home, but more time under intensive pressures. Hi, Dr. Posner.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you. So this is an extremely important topic. As we were kind of talking before the beginning of the interview, we've been at home more than usual. We've likely been taking more trips to the pantry for what I sometimes call a struggle snack, when you need a little pick-me-up or you need something to, bring a little comfort. But this can really cause some bad habits that send us into a downward spiral. So I think in what I've seen from your research, there's a chemical aspect to stress eating that's really important to address from the beginning.
Andreas, chemicals in the brain are mightily involved with things like cravings, carbohydrates, as well as immediate gratification. And when we're under stress, like we all are under now, we often have these chemicals depleted, which makes us reach for the foods that give us that immediate gratification.
That is so very true. And it seems like we really have to arm ourselves with the right types of food, really looking at what's in our refrigerators, what's in our pantries, and how we can diminish the number of things that might get us off track.
Yeah, when we're under stress, we deplete some important chemicals. Serotonin and cortisol are the major chemicals. When those are depleted, it makes us reach for those high food sources like the chocolates and snacks and cakes that bring tryptophan into the body. So it's very important that we cut off that mechanism. Otherwise, we're going to gain weight and be under more stress because of the weight gain.
And you mentioned to me what we call distracted situations or distracted eating. What is that, and what is identified as distracted eating?
Sure. I think a classic example of distracted eating is watching a very stressful movie or an intense movie with a bowl of popcorn. We don't count how many kernels we're eating. We just go from hand to mouth. So keeping distracted eating away is very important, whether it be you're working on the computer or watching something on television. You don't want to be having those high caloric food sources available to you at those points.
So as we look to kind of fill our time with things that are less stressful or hopefully are bringing our stress levels down, what would those activities be?
Sure. Stress reduction can take other forms other than eating. As example, for a lot of people, exercise helps bring stress levels down. Meditating, yoga, watching a good, fun, not stressful news, or also being involved with other activities that are just not stressful. Those can fill the gap that will hopefully not allow a person to stress eat.
I know for me, sometimes I have a craving for something sweet or a craving for something crunchy or salty. What types of things could we use as substitutions for those?
Sure. I mean, there are things like sugar-free Jell-Os and put a little 5-calorie whipped cream on there, or a crunchy vegetable snack. But at the end of the day, we want to avoid those high caloric, high fat snack foods that are going to put weight on us, because once again, putting weight on only makes us more stressed out.
Mm-hmm. And I would imagine that water is a big part of maintaining that stress level, hydration, and trying to keep some of those cravings down.
Water does two things, Andreas. Water not only helps us feel fuller quicker, but also increases metabolism. And for a lot of any women out there watching, that metabolism issue, as it slows down with age, becomes very frustrating.
And you've done incredible work on developing programs that really help people manage their weight, but also provide a community of people to provide support. Tell us about that.
Yeah, support's really important. So when people are trying to control weight and avoid stress eating, to try to do that alone is very difficult. 70% of our population is overweight. If it was easy to control weight, we wouldn't have those numbers. People need support. So my team and I in our clinic are very supportive of people with daily blogs, and we put on webinars, and we touch people pretty much every day with information to try to know that they're not alone on their journey.
And that's the key, is really knowing that there's so many people who are looking to be supported in this area, going through the same journey, and are really looking for programs like yours to help them get through. It's incredible what you do. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Andreas. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
To learn more about Dr. Robert Posner and the Serotonin Plus weight loss program, visit our website, WTVR.com/VTM.